We went out into the field. We found the remains last night. They were Red Army soldiers. We found the shoe. And now we are expanding with the guys. Let's hope that we'll find some documents from the soldiers, although we were told so. Local residents reported that then people gathered on the farm, and they were told to go and collect documents from the dead soldiers and weapons. And now the carts were coming, and they dropped weapons, ammunition, and together with employees of the NKVD collected documents and personal identification marks. So, among these 100 people there were also those who were here. Only 2 of the soldiers still had their paper documents. These are the soldiers we took 2 weeks ago. And the soldier we found back in 2017. At the moment his documents are in the expert center. They are still there because they are in very bad condition. And we sent them into Poland in order to they could give us an answer. I put the bottle here to note that there is a soldier's boot next to it. Now we will examine the site and find out where the remains are directed. We can even dig in the wrong direction. Let's go a little deeper and find out where the shoe is pointing. Be careful, the boot is very close. The shoes are very close. This is a soldier's Stalin's boot called a bump. There was a rubber sole. And now we will see it. Can you see that already? It was here. Ah, here it is we found. Good, now we will expand and we'll see where the remains are headed. Work continues. Excavations show that there are presumably 3. There are 3 Red Army soldiers here. Tank destroyers are visible. It is possible that there are BC anti-tank rifle. Further below them, there is a German gas mask. I tease out of the tank. Then comes the double-barrel tube, glass flask, shovel. You can see here, BK, RGD-33 2 grenades and RPG-40 anti-tank grenade. Under the fighters is also a box from a German machine gun. 4 BK, 4 tapes aluminum DMG-42, 34, and, respectively, in the area of the pelvis of one of the fighters, there is a disc to the automatic machine of the PPSH system. There are practically no other significant things. For example, documents or soldiers' vines. We will continue to work. We'll hope we find something else. We have cover from pot. Italian cover. It was an Italian bowler. Is there no pot? Aha, but the signal is still there. The signal is good. Such a cover, it is whole and unbroken. No initials. Italians often make inscriptions on them. There are always inscriptions and drawings. The Italians love to paint. Apparently that's why the covers were different. What's up? Can't you see anything else? Need to expand the pit, right? Yes. Soldiers lie on top of each other. They are left to their fate. Here they are, fighters. Let's go down. I would like to show one more point. A huge number of such cartridges. The bullet is drawn in. I didn't hit the breech. It must have been skewed in the bolt frame. Perhaps the machine gun was hit by a shell, and it began to skew the ammunition. And he started making this lock on the bullet. Here is the shutter with MG34. This is next to the fighter's leg. Here it is. One of the gates. Maybe it was in the zip. Such a thing. And shooting. Fragments of tape. Belt kit. Next we see a gas mask. Here are some more shoes. There are a lot of soldiers here. The Slavic 57th Division fought here, as well as the 53rd Division, which had a whole penal company, which is almost all dead here. It is quite possible that our local Slavs are here, and perhaps here are with 53rd penalty soldiers. That's it. We've finished the location. And we found here anti-tankist, most likely Soviet tank destroyers. These are bullets for an anti-tank gun. Below is a German gas mask. The soldier's skull was open. Between the jaws, tube body from the trunk of MG34. For changing. Further, we see under the bottom is another soldier. Sapper blade. Belt. Box to MG. With the cartridges. Another sapper blade. Further, drive to the machine PPSH-41. Aluminum spoon. Grenade RG-42. Replacement barrel MG-34. Oil and disc. Boots. There are approximately 4 fighters here. This side of the leg is broken. There's a soldier's bag. Here are the spent cartridges. Unloading. From this side we see oil. Further, glass flask. Soviet. There must have been bullets in the wooden box. To the German machine gun in the tapes. To MG. In principle this is all. We will fix and withdraw the location. The first signal, the first location and the remains of soldiers. There may be 4 or more. The boys also found the remains of soldiers. Now let's go over there and show you. Let's show you that there are also bone remains. We assume that there is a machine gunner and a bowler. We've already found a spoon there. That's it. Now we will fix everything. Then we will carefully remove the remains of the soldiers. We started working on the second location. There are soldiers here. The soldier has documents in a purse. Further ampoules were found. It is a disinfectant. And below in English it is written the same thing. 3 ampoules were found. Now we know what is written on the ampoules. Usually we don't know what's in the medical package. We assume different substances. Now we can know for sure. Next under the helmet is a flask. We will continue to work. We may find other items here, too. But the most important thing is to find documents here. Please hand me the package. And one open, please. I'll give you the documents right away. Here's a wallet like this. You can see that there are some documents in this wallet. See these papers. The next day came. We've been working for 3 days now. We're digging, search and find the soldiers. Now we sat down to breakfast. And now a wasp has come to us. She wants to have breakfast with us too. The wasp is having breakfast with us. So, Vasil, are you awake? Yes. We have breakfast when the sky is overcast. Maybe it's for the best. We won't be too hot. It was very hot yesterday, and it's unbearable. But yesterday we found 3, 5, 6 human. There is also 1, and waiting. Maybe even 2. Maybe 2. Then we'll see. We started work. We found it, 2 shoulder blades. One of them is Austrian. Other M40, Soviet. A bowler hat, a disc, and apparently a Soviet backpack. There were German boots in the rucksack. Shoes already with hooks at that time. As well as Soviet cartridges. They were in packs. We found them in the backpack. You can see there was a backpack. A soldier robbed somewhere and took it. Because there was nothing to wear, the shoes supplied by the Red Army could not be worn. Look at this shoe. Look at that. Here are some of these shoes, ordinary shoes. The same shoes with spikes, and these shoes went to the parade. Can you imagine? I've never seen anything like it. These are the shoes. Cool. Vasil, show us the sole of this shoe. Show us that the shoes are not only riveted here, but here too. Very interesting. I've never seen anything like it. Yes, we haven't seen a shoe yet. Yes, we found sneakers, shoes, but we haven't seen shoes yet. Vasil, did you find something else? Fragments. Left and right shoes and boots. We will continue to work. I was told that a personal identification mark had been found. Arthur, show me. And here is a personal identification mark. It belongs to a Red Army soldier. Vasil, open it carefully. Isn't there anything written on it? Slowly, slowly. Loosely tightened. There's something left here. Close it quickly. We will send it. Maybe something can be installed. It was loosely closed. Yes, was not well closed. It also cracked at the top. Look. Because of the crack, it does not close well. The crack at the top. Look, there's a hole. This is a shrapnel hit and a personal identification mark. Yes, right into the personal identification mark. That was the density of fire. Let's put it back for now. Arthur, hold her down, so that it doesn't dry out. So that there is moisture. Guys, I congratulate you. We may even be able to identify the dead soldier. Most likely it is a machine gunner. It has 2 discs. Shovel. Apparently, the bag was full of discs. And bullets from Mosin Lai. Great. We can already say that the day was not in vain. We will continue to work. We are in the same field. We found 4 locations with the bones of soldiers. In this location there are fighters, workers and peasants Red Army. Here, broken head. The soldier has a helmet under his right hand. And a hand is in the helmet. There is a flask under the helmet. Further, it turns out that he has a bowler hat on his back. From personal things there is soap, pocket mirror, oiler, belt, part of the lighter, and, accordingly, knockout to the DP-27 machine gun with zip. Next, grenades, belt kit, and drive PCA. He has a bandolier over his shoulder. It's probably English. In 42 and 43 years we already had bandoliers, which were sent by Lend-Lease. He was also wearing a Soviet raincoat tent. Here are the leather eyelets left. Shirt with grenades. Medical packages. And here is one soldier apparently was a machine gunner. It turns out that here is a soldier lying. And he had it on his belt. There was a bag with discs to DP-27. The number was 2 units. And at the very end is a soldier. Most likely the soldier was a doctor, so we assume, because he had a large number of medical packages in his bag. But also, he also has a bandolero. Here, bandolier. It passes over the soldier's shoulder, and a mug with a pot. In the standard. Soldiers usually have all this. What do we have next? That's basically the entire location. I would also like to show you these medical ampoules, with inscriptions. There's even something written on them. We already pre-read. It's hard to see. One of the ampoules says, disinfectant. Like that. Ampoules. In principle this is all. Now we are setting the location. We're taping this place off, and we'll start removing the soldier's skeletal remains. Under the soldier is a sapper's shovel. That's basically all we see. We show you. Now we will show you another location. Here is this location. Here lies a soldier. This is a Soviet soldier, probably also a machine gunner. Apparently, his leg was thrown to the side. And here's the head. The skull is completely shattered. Next he has ammo in his pocket. These are fragments of some blow material, faux leather. Maybe it was a wallet, spatula MSL35, 2 discs. Then, file. Further, the knife. Penknife. Belt. We also found an interesting civil button. Such a button. Found this among the remains of a soldier. Here is a Soviet pot and an interesting spoon with it. Here is a very curious spoon. That's how the soldier lies. And most importantly, I'd like to show you. Here's a grenade and a pencil. This soldier has a personal identification mark. We'll try to get it now. Here is a personal identification mark. We will send it for examination. Maybe we will be able to establish the identity of the soldier. Let's put it back in its place. We will go and get the remains of soldiers. Guys are working. We are laying out the remains of soldiers. Next here is a flask. Bakelite. In a cover. Soap dish. Knife. German bayonet. The most interesting thing is that the flask is full with liquid. What is this water? The smell, of course, is not very good. Ordinary water. The water just stank. This water is already very many years old. Here's a flask. Bakelite, flask of the African core. It basically keeps the temperature well. Thanks to this bakelite layer. Inside it is aluminum. It keeps the temperature well, but not as well as the soldiers would like. This is a cork from it and a cup. Everything in the collection. A soldier of the Red Army, store to MP. Maxim's shield. Beautifully. This is supposed to be a German soldier. If you found the remains of dead soldiers or know the burial places where these soldiers may be located, please contact us at the phone number shown on the screen. Thank you very much. With respect.